In the previous video, we discussed your perfect bike size if your goal is to increase your leg length by cycling with a raised seat. But acquiring the right bike size isn't the end of the story. Getting the seat height as well as resistance level right is extremely important. In today's video, I'll walk you through some of the common hidden mistakes that could be silently ruining your progress, even if you think you're doing everything right. First, let's talk about resistance. Your goal should be to aim for medium-level resistance. Set the resistance too light, your legs move fast; set it too high and you're grinding to a halt. For instance, watch the execution in the next clip. In this clip, the resistance isn't extremely high, but it's slightly above the ideal range. At first glance, it may not seem like a major issue. However, with this level of resistance, you aren't achieving anything. The legs are not reaching full extension, and within a few minutes, the muscles begin to fatigue quickly, similar to pedaling uphill. Instead of controlled, efficient cycling, the effort becomes force-driven rather than fluid. Now let's have a look at the next example. In this clip, the rider's resistance is actually within a moderate range, but there's a different issue at play. The issue here is speed. The rider is pedaling too fast instead of focusing on full leg extension with each stroke. This is not about rushing through repetitions or treating it like a cardio workout. The objective here is controlled leg stretching. When you cycle too quickly, you reduce extension time and compromise the quality of the leg movement. Slow, deliberate pedal strokes are what allow proper stretching and effectiveness. Now let's examine a very common mistake in the next clip. This is how the average person tends to execute this technique, and almost everything here is incorrect. First, the seat isn't raised at all. Notice how comfortable and relaxed the rider appears. There's no meaningful leg extension taking place. Second, there's virtually no resistance. The pedals are moving freely with minimal effort. With this setup, no raised seat and no resistance, there's no mechanical stimulus. And without proper stimulus, there are definitely no results. This may feel easy and comfortable, but comfort is not the objective here. Now let's examine a more subtle mistake in the next clip. In this clip, almost everything is correct. The seat height is appropriate, and the resistance is within the proper range. However, the issue lies in foot placement. Notice how the rider is pushing the pedal all the way down using only the ball of the foot. When this happens, the leg does not reach full extension at the bottom of the stroke. The correct approach is different. You initiate the push through the ball of the foot, but as you reach the lower phase, you transition toward the instep while slightly lifting pressure off the pedal. This allows the leg to extend fully to its maximum range. Remember, the objective of this technique is complete leg extension with every stroke, not comfort, and not exercise. Now pay attention to the detail in the next clip. In this clip, the issue isn't the seat height or the resistance, it's the footwear. The rider is wearing shoes with thick soles. Not only can this become uncomfortable during longer sessions, but the extra sole thickness reduces the effective range of motion. That added height limits how fully the leg can extend at the bottom of the pedal stroke. If you choose to wear footwear, opt for thin-soled athletic shoes. Even better, if you're practicing this technique at home, cycling in socks allows for maximum extension and better control. Every small detail matters when your objective is full leg stretch with each stroke. Now let's examine another common form of improvisation in the next clip. In this clip, the bike itself is too small. It's closer to a child-sized frame. To compensate, the rider has placed books on top of the seat to increase the height. At first, this may seem creative, but in practice, it does not work. Notice the side-to-side rocking during the pedal stroke. That instability is a clear sign the setup is mechanically unsound. When the base is unstable, proper leg extension cannot occur in a controlled and consistent manner. I've seen this kind of improvisation before, and while the intention is understandable, the structure of the bike must match your body proportions. Elevating the seat artificially on a small frame does not correct the geometry. Now watch an interesting example in the next clip. At first glance, everything looks perfect. The bike is well built, properly sized, and the seat is raised to an appropriate height. Even the setup appears professional. However, look closely at the rider's movement. Instead of maintaining a stable upper body and allowing the legs to extend naturally toward the pedals, he is rocking from side to side to reach them. When the body shifts laterally like this, the extension is no longer coming from the legs, it's coming from body compensation. And once compensation begins, the effectiveness of the technique is lost. Stability is essential. The torso should remain controlled while the legs perform the full extension. Anything else defeats the objective. Finally, let's look at the closest example to proper execution in the next clip. Overall, this setup is very good. The bike size matches the rider, the resistance is within the ideal range, and the seat height is properly adjusted. However, there is one detail that slightly limits effectiveness. The foot is strapped firmly onto the pedal and remains fixed all the way through the downward stroke. While this isn't a major mistake, it restricts the ability to fully extend the leg beyond its natural comfort range. When the foot stays completely locked in position, you rely more on circular pedaling rather than deliberate extension. Ideally, you want to consciously stretch the leg as it reaches the bottom of the stroke, almost forcing it to extend toward the pedal. That controlled, intentional extension allows you to cycle longer, even beyond 10 minutes without excessive strain or early muscle soreness. The mechanics here are close to perfect. A small adjustment in foot freedom would make it fully optimized. Seat height, resistance level, foot placement, stability and speed. When even one of these is slightly off, the objective is compromised. Remember, this is not about exercise, it's not about comfort, and it's not about speed. The sole objective is controlled, maximum leg extension with every single pedal stroke. If I missed any cycling mistakes or there's something you'd like me to explain further, feel free to drop your questions in the comments. In the next video, we will throw more light on how to raise and customize your bike seat correctly based on your body proportions. We will break it down step by step so you can set it precisely, not by guesswork, but by measurement and positioning.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and hit the subscribe button to watch more videos like this.